Hi, here's an assumption. I think most of our viewers are preparing for the GMAT. Here's another assumption. I think most of our viewers also often tend to reach a point where we all just feel like, you guessed it right, giving up. And that's exactly why today's story is important for you. Meet Abhrajit, someone who's been prepping hard for 5 years, poured his heart, soul, and blood into making sure that he gets to his dream score. And now there's just one question that remains. How? How did he do it? And how can you do it? So, welcome to this episode. I'm Shreya Satish and I have Abhrajit here with me. Let's welcome him to the stage, who's going to share his experience, some advice, and everything that we could learn from to make sure that we do better when we appear for our test. So, without further ado, let's get started. Do you want to give us a quick introduction, Abhrajit?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me here. Very good morning to you and all our viewers as well. So my name is Abhrajit and I am located in Kolkata, India. So I've been preparing for the GMAT for 5 years, and finally I've been able to get my dream score. And my educational background is that I've completed electrical engineering from Jadavpur University, and my work background is currently I'm in tech consulting at PwC India.
Nice. So that gives us a quick idea of your background, of where you're hailing from. And now, let's get started with the burning question that we all want to know. How exactly did you get to your score? Before we start with the main question, I want our viewers to quickly have a look at this chart so we get a summary of what did the four attempts look like. Please note that the first two attempts are on the classic edition, the second two attempts are on the focus edition. And we're going to deep dive into these scores, figure out why the sectional scores differ, how did they differ, how did he improve, everything that you are curious about. But first, let's discuss the first two attempts, right? How exactly did you prep for yourself? Everything that you have to share about the first two attempts on the classic edition.
Yeah, so considering the classic edition, first of all, I'd like to say that since I'm an engineer, like Quant was never an issue for me, to be honest. So I was really good at Quant. But the Quant on the GMAT is quite different from the Quant like you usually learn in school and in university as well. So I learned the hard way that you cannot just brute force your way through quant just because you're good at it. So as the GMAT quant is very different, you have to prepare for it separately. The strategies, the techniques, very different. And also for the verbal, I've always been really bad at verbal, and especially the sentence correction. Because like ever since my childhood, every piece of content that I consumed was through audio visual. I didn't do much reading. So reading a piece of text and like trying to analyze what it means, that was new to me and it was very difficult for me in the beginning. So I had to learn like how to do that, how to process lengthy information and get all the important stuff. So navigating through that, it took me a couple of years because my first attempt was in 2023 and I started preparing in 2020. Also, another reason is that like currently I have almost 5 years work ex, so it didn't make sense to give the GMAT in 2020 because the validity is 5 years. So I had to give much later. So that's why my first attempt is way later than when I started preparing. But the first time was very difficult. I had a mentor, so I took private lessons from him on the GMAT, and also I used GMAT Club resources. But during that time, I wasn't familiar with every single free resource out there, so it was difficult to navigate. But initially, I started with the OG questions because they're the best quality questions available out there. And besides that, I used to look at the explanations of all the experts on various posts. They were really helpful, such as like GMAT Ninja. So that was my preparation during the initial days.
Okay. So that majorly covers the first two attempts that you prepped for. All right, which is, and then you consecutively you scored 660 and 670.
Yes.
Okay. And this is again on the classic edition. So, so October 2023, you appeared for second attempt on the classic edition, and then we see a third attempt, which is May 2024, almost like a year ago, exactly. And then you scored a 645. So let's get to that, right? The shift from the classic edition to the focus. How did you deal with that? And then overall, how was the third attempt that you gave?
Yes. Like I said, that sentence correction was never my strong area. I completed the sentence correction course from the eGMAT platform as well at that time, and that
Hmm.
was super helpful because I knew nothing about sentence correction, and from there I improved a lot. But since overall I was very weak at verbal, so that's why my scores still plateaued. Even when I gave
Okay.
the mocks, I used to get 640 in the mocks. I gave the OG mocks for the classic edition as well as the Manhattan mocks. So in those mocks, consistently I was scoring like 640, 650. So I kind of knew that this was going to be a reflection in the actual exam. But in the focus edition, kind of like a blessing, they removed the sentence correction and
Yeah.
only kept RC and CR. So I
Hmm.
knew that now it was kind of manageable. I can do this if I stick to it, because 3 years gone, I invested a lot into it. I don't didn't want to just quit. Uh, just wanted to continue and give one more try, because you do not know whether the next try is gonna be your best or not. So I studied for the RC and CR the same way I was studying before. Like each day, I would practice 10 to 15 questions for every section. Let's say like five
Okay.
easy questions, five moderate, and five difficult questions. Some days were good, some days were bad, and some days were worse. Because some days just everything went wrong. My accuracy was dropping below 50%, but some days my accuracy was as high as 90% as well. So the goal was to keep pushing yourself. The GMAT is not a sprint; it's a marathon. Uh, yeah, still like for the focus edition, Quant I practiced OG stuff, and another resource for Quant which I want to mention is there's a special directory of questions on GMAT Club. If you search like special directory of questions for Quant, you'll get an entire list. So that is very helpful as it covers all the important areas and all the off-topic areas which can trouble students in the actual
Okay.
exam. So it helps you prepare for all kinds of scenarios. You have to prepare for the worst, because I believe that the Quant on the Focus edition is tougher than the Quant on the Classic edition. That's my
Okay.
personal
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
So for the CR, what I did was, practice 10 to 15 questions daily, uh, moderate questions and hard questions. First of all, practice them untimed, because accuracy matters first, and then comes the time efficiency. People focus on
Okay.
completing the questions within 2 minutes, but for the most part, in the beginning, when you're just practicing and learning things, it is not possible to complete them in 2 minutes. You will take 3 minutes, 4 minutes per question. So give it the time, practice without any timer, and go through the solutions and learn what specific strategies you need to follow for each question type. I think that is very important. Once you improve your accuracy, the time efficiency will automatically come into the picture. So that won't be an issue. And as far as the resources are concerned, there is a very good book for critical reasoning. It is called CR Bible by PowerScore, and I think
Okay.
that there is a summary for that book as well on GMAT Club. If you don't want to go through the entire book, because there are a lot, I think 300, 400 pages. So there's a summary on GMAT Club. if you can search like CR Bible Power Score Summary, you'll get that. It's There's a Word document. So for each and every question type, how to approach it, what strategy to follow. For example, like for assumption questions, you need to follow there's a negation test which people normally follow. So there are various strategies for every question type. So just follow that, and you can follow like GMAT Ninja videos. I think these should be enough to get to the 90th percentile. And considering RC, there is also the RC Bible from PowerScore. You can try
Okay.
that book. I think that's great. And besides that, Charles has videos on GMAT Ninja YouTube channel specifically for RC. So he dissects that, how to approach every single paragraph, what information to fetch from them, and how to integrate that and analyze the passage as a whole. So that really helps you how to approach and how to uh, get to the correct answer, because even when you eliminate like total there are five options, you'll be able to easily eliminate three options, but the two
Hmm.
options, they're going to be very close,
Hmm.
because one option is going to be the correct one and the other one is going to be partially correct. So in order to determine the correct answer, you'll need to have the proper clarity of the entire passage. So I think, yeah, these resources really helped me. And besides that, practice the OG questions, and also practice the LSAT questions. I practice the LSAT questions because the passages are a bit lengthy, but the question quality is superb. It
Okay.
perfectly like simulates the GMAT questions, and the passages are very very tricky, because it tries to play with you. So if you solve the LSAT passages, it will definitely help with the GMAT passages as well. So yeah, these are
Okay.
the
So
strategies for quant and verbal.
all right. So I think you've given a comprehensive list of resources as well as learnings that we can all adapt. And I think one main component, right, that we've not covered is everything about data insights. I think that's still left. And
Yes.
as we can see that your data insight score was the highest. We see an 86 in your last attempt, which was okay, Feb. So that's pretty recent. So let's talk about data insights, and also again, let's also cover how or what exactly changed from a 645 to a 695. How exactly did you get there, and data insights, everything about DI.
Yeah, so for the data insights, like initially it was IR in the classic edition, and to be honest, I did not practice much for the IR because I knew it was optional.
Hmm. Okay,
I
yeah.
got three or four in the IR,
Okay.
they're terrible.
Okay.
When it came to the focus edition, now I knew that the data insights is not optional, so I have to attempt it and I have to get a good score as well. Uh, so
Hmm.
uh, it was it was a struggle in the beginning, because there are no active resources for data insights. Like you can just learn it by yourself. There's no free resource.
Hmm.
Initially, like in the first attempt, you see, I got a 79, because at that time I studied all by myself. Like I already knew the
Okay.
DS part, but
Hmm.
I was shocked that to find out that in the actual exam, the GMAT gave me two data sufficiency verbal questions, which I saw for the first time. So there was
Okay.
no point, just purely verbal, and it was data
Hmm.
sufficiency. So that is
Okay.
a new question type, which is I
Hmm.
think that is not available anywhere. So that's a bummer. But
Okay.
there's a data insights pack which is available on GMAT, the official website. So yeah, definitely buy that and try to solve that, because you will get familiar with each and every question type, like what actually comes on the exam. uh, so yeah, besides that, as the resource, I used EGMAT for the data insights for my final attempt, which
Okay.
like helped me a lot, because To be honest, the data insights course was very comprehensive and very detailed. Uh, all the basic concepts, advanced concepts, how to approach a question, what information can you get out of it? Because in data insights, there will be a lot of you know like important information as well as information that you can or you should ignore.
Hmm.
You have to analyze what information is relevant to the question
Yes.
that is being asked, because the data insights is highly time consuming, and if you don't focus the through the entire 45 minutes, you will not be able to complete it, or you will have many questions unattempted in the end. So you definitely do not want to do that. You have to learn like what strategies to follow, through data insights. So that has to be learned, and currently there are no free resources available for that. And as per the time management for the data insights, that is also a big concern. So for the time management, what I did was divide the 45 minutes into chunks of 9 minutes. So for each
Hmm.
9 minutes, I kept four questions. So four questions per 9 minutes.
Okay.
Yes. So that made the 20 minutes. So every 9 minutes, I used to look at the timer, to stay on track. If I'm
Hmm.
behind, I used to skip the question, because I knew that I won't be able to complete. And
Okay.
besides this, the multi-source reasoning, which is I believe that the toughest part of data insights, because it combines quant, it combines graphs and charts, it also combines verbal as well. Uh, you have to master quant and verbal first before uh, going through data insights. I think that is recommended, uh, because otherwise you'll have trouble on these questions. And for the
Hmm.
MSR, the approach that I followed was, there are 2 to 3 tabs which are kept side by side.
Yes.
So what I used to
Yes.
do is that, for the first 2 tabs, I used to read very carefully and note down all the relevant information on the notepad, so that I don't have to visit them again and again. So I just kept the third tab
Okay.
open, and the information of the
Hmm.
first 2 tabs was available to me at every moment. So that
Okay.
is one
Okay.
time-saving strategy, you can say. So one more thing is that for the data insights, the TPA or the uh, graphs and tables. So be very careful how you're sorting the tables, and be very careful what the question is asking, or like what data point to look at the graph, because most of the times the silly mistakes that people make is that they sort the tables incorrectly and then mark the wrong answer, or in the graphs they are the question is asking something and they are looking at a completely different graph, because they're going to give you 3 4 graphs merged together. So they intentionally make it difficult. So you have to keep your focus through the entirety. And the additional challenge is that each answer is has there are 2 3 questions combined with each question. So even if you get two
Hmm.
questions right and one wrong, but ultimately the question is wasted.
Okay. Yeah.
That is an additional challenge, so you'll have to focus for each individual question as well.
Okay. So I think that is it's quite a detailed analysis of all three, basically quant and even DI. We had a detailed discussion. Um, and based on your inputs, right, a few takeaways would be time management, but of course, first getting your foundations right, accuracy, and then moving on to time management. And you also, because you mentioned that DI is something where we have limited resources to rely on, it's more critical to invest time and resource like energy in order to understand that subject better instead of just trying to brush it through or think that okay, let's study quant and somehow you'll manage DI. That won't work, and instead you should focus completely on DI through a definite period of time, right? So given all of this, if you had to quickly just summarize within like 4 or 5 sentences, just like bullet points, takeaways for everyone watching or for anyone appearing for their exam in the next 3 months, uh, what's like the top 5 points that you would share?
Yeah, so top 5 points is that practice quality questions. Quality trumps quantity. So practicing 30, 40 questions is not going to matter. Practice 5, 10
Hmm.
questions, and after practicing them, go through the solutions and try to analyze what went wrong, or like what even if you get them right, try to see is there a better strategy or a better time saving technique.
Faster
So
method,
that
yeah.
is very important. Yeah, because in the actual exam, you'll be having anxiety as well. So yeah,
Hmm.
when you're practicing, you're in a relaxed environment, but during the actual exam, it's completely different. So that is
Right,
one
right.
major key point. Besides that, for the time management, I forgot to mention this, but for quant, what I did was 45 minutes. So I divided it 7 questions per 15
Hmm,
minutes.
hmm, hmm.
So that makes it
Okay.
21 questions. For
Yes.
the verbal, I took 5 questions per 10 minutes. That it covers the 23 questions. And for DI, like I said, 4 questions every 9 minutes. So every
Yes.
9 minutes, so note that down in the notepad before starting the exam, or even when you're giving a mock test, like note it down, and then like every 9 minutes or every 15 minutes, just look at the timer whether you're on track or not. So
Hmm.
that is very important. And some days some days will be very bad. Don't get disheartened. That is the one of the major takeaways that I got from the entire journey, is that some days you'll get out of 10 questions you'll get 9 questions wrong. That has happened. So
Hmm.
don't get disheartened. uh, Take it one day at a time, one step at a time. That is yeah so yeah, that's all the advice I have. Besides that, I think I covered everything else.
Yes. And lastly, right, also because your attempts have spanned over the course of such a long period of time, anything you'd like to share for someone who is facing stagnation in their scores, or has been studying and attempting but is just not being able to progress through their score? Anything specific for people facing that kind of, or coming across that kind of an experience?
Yes, so if you're facing a stagnation in the mocks, what I can suggest is that change the section order. There will be different combinations, right? First, actually, that happened to me as well. So in my first GMAT focus, I started with verbal because that was my weakest section. So I thought that I should
Right.
start with verbal with a fresh mind. But for the
Hmm.
second attempt, I started with quant, which was my strongest. And
Okay.
During my second attempt, when I was giving the mocks, I started with quant. So let's see what happens. So quant,
Hmm.
DI, and verbal. So instantly, I saw that I got a 685, 695, and
Better.
I was
Oh, okay,
consistently getting
okay.
that. So that really helped. That most people neglect that, but that can really help. So try experimenting with the section orders.
Okay, okay. I think that's some key advice that you've shared. So just changing section order might just help
Yes.
someone who's facing stagnation in their scores, and you feel like you're stuck. So this could possibly be something that might just help you progress. Um, I think with that, we've covered all the questions that we had, and quite a detailed analysis of all three subjects, of all the four attempts that he's taken to help you understand how can you approach the subjects, how can you approach your own attempts, and what are the learnings that you can take from here. So thank you so much, Abhrajit. I'm glad that you took some time out to share this with us, and wishing you all the best for everything that you do ahead. So yeah, thank you for watching
Thank you.
this.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Um, Yes, so all right. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching this. Share your feedback. You can also drop in some questions if you have regarding his experience or any general questions that you may have. And yes, press the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for joining.